What's up, Hector? Jesse.
Up?
So what's up, guys? We're here with Jesse and Hector. Hector showed up a little bit late, but he made it, so I'm glad they made it. Welcome to the Rayzors Edge podcast. We're back. I know we took a little bit of a break, but we got shoehorned in yesterday. I got my two buddies in today, the two staples of the Rayzors Edge brand, the Edge Boys. Yeah, we were close to wearing our fucking clown noses and our and our masks, but we passed up on that. Hector asked me. Hector saw the mask required sign outside, and he kind of took it to heart. I had to tell him, hey, dude,
no mask.
Yeah, no mask.
I thought we were gonna wear masks. I thought we were gonna wear masks and 6 feet apart.
And 6 feet apart?
Yeah, but no, we're good.
No, you like being closer to dudes, huh?
No.
If you guys don't know, this is my buddy Hector. We used to work at a gym back in the day. One of the better trainers in the area, if you're asking me, and I'm being dead serious about that. I'm not just saying that because he's my buddy. And we got Jesse here, who is an amateur MMA fighter. I actually had the pleasure of coaching Jesse in high school back in the day at Montebello High School as a wrestler. And he's actually one of the staples of the Rayzors Edge brand. When I first got this going, Jesse was one of my clients that I was training out of the park. And Lord and behold, 2 years later, he stuck around, luckily, for my sake, because he, in my opinion, adds some legitimacy to my training. There's not too many athletes that I train. And when I got this started, I kind of wanted to focus this around athletes and fighters. That's where the passion is and where I feel like the specialty is, and it's, in my opinion, the most fun. And Jesse was kind enough to give me the opportunity to train him, and he stuck around.
Yeah, we've been fucking it up, dude.
We've been fucking it up. If you guys aren't kept up, Jesse actually had a fight about a month ago over in Carson where he went out there and did his thing. Hector and I were laughing because the dude he fought came in and did some fucking dance on the way in, and right when the dude did that, Hector and I looked at each other, we're like, yeah, Jesse's fucking mauling this guy.
Yeah, he came in dancing through his to his entrance, right?
His entrance, yes.
No, I saw him like walking out, and I saw like a little bit of his dance when he was walking out, but in the ring, I didn't see that till after.
You didn't see that till after? Yeah, he did some fucking airplane dance. But I was lucky enough.
And then Jesse walks into Tupac.
To Tupac, yeah.
He won already.
He won already, yeah, no kidding.
That was a good walkout song.
But I got both of my boys here. It's been a while since we've all met up. But we actually did a practice recording a couple of months ago. That was kind of like a test recording. But, we're actually going to put this one up, and I'm going to edit it in a little bit. And actually, it's going to go up. So I'm glad if you guys are still sticking around, thank you guys. Hector, what's up, dude? Talk to me.
Busy, man. Busy day.
Busy? How was training today?
Running around. Got a few clients in the morning. Getting back later on in the night. So.
Yeah. How many did you have today?
Like 6, I think. 6 clients in and out. Pretty easy.
Okay. So if you guys do keep up with a lot of the training videos that I do post up on my story, a lot of the stuff that I do was inspired by this guy. When I first got into training at the old facility that we used to work at, I was doing a lot of funky shit. I had no idea what the hell I was doing. And Hector was kind enough to pull me aside and kind of take me under his wing and, expand my knowledge when it came to, I'll call it legit training. I was doing some kind of funky shit. And, Hector has a good staple, a good core of movements that he's really good at teaching, and kind of took me under his wing, and the rest is history. We do a lot of our brainstorming a lot when we camping. He's also my camping buddy. So if you saw the episode I posted up a couple months ago, you guys saw Hector was up in the mountains with me. Brokeback Mountain. Yeah, man.
That was fun.
Yeah, dude. I wanted to talk to Jesse about a couple of things. One of the things I wanted to talk to Jesse about, Jesse, I want you to take me through like some of your mental preparation before going into a fight, man, because what you do, not everyone can do it. It's a small 1% of like, the capability that people have, and man, what you do is incredible, man. And I just want to pick your brain, and I want you to kind of explain how you mentally prepare for what you do, man, because it's fucking gladiators.
Mental preparation,
yeah,
it's a lot, but I'm trying to. So like going into the fight, or the training, or like in the fight.
You're about to walk in the cage.
In the fight, first off, I'll say is I don't think too much. Like in the fight, I know a lot of people who like make reads and he's heavy on this. I don't do a lot of that. It's more of like flowing, or I'm not really like trying too hard or thinking too hard. I'm just kind of. I think that's why they call it like a dance, because there's kind of like, I used to hate that. I'm like, it's not a dance, but there is that like rhythm and things and that flow state stuff. So in the fight, I try not to think a lot. But the hardest part is before the fight, for me at least, because your mind is just you're thinking about so many things.
What can go wrong?
Everything. You're thinking about, like, and then people are telling you stuff, and so that's harder than, once I hear the bell, I'm good. I'm locked in. I do it every day, so I'm very comfortable in there. But the hardest part is like in the back, because I'm there all day, and so I'm just like sitting on all this adrenaline and, like, you know, people are telling me stuff, so it's hard to stay locked in the entire day.
How was your weight cut the last fight?
The weight cut's been easy.
Well, actually, because I know your last fight, you actually got chicken pox like right before the fight.
Oh, so the last fight, I mean, my weight's always on point, but the training camp was a mess. I got sick twice. Right before training camp started, I got pneumonia, so I was like real sick for like 6 weeks, and then 2 weeks out, I got chicken pox. And I was out so the week before fight week, I was completely out. I was in bed. I couldn't go anywhere. I couldn't eat. I think I overtrained. The doctor said it was like a stress thing. I overtrained. My immune system was down. So I was just like bedridden for like a week. And then I had like this sore in my mouth where I couldn't even really eat either. So I came in like 10 pounds lighter that Monday. So
you came in
weight cut.
Yeah, that was a weight cut. Yeah,
man, and to still perform the way you do, that's fucking incredible, man. I remember getting chicken pox. I thought I got it late. I got it my freshman year of high school. I had to miss my entire freshman year of wrestling. You know that?
No, I didn't even know that.
Yeah, I got it my freshman year. I think I got it I got it the last week of winter break. So
you were out the whole year?
So I wrestled maybe like 2 tournaments, and then going into winter break, I was at practice, and then the last week, right before we came back to school was back in session, I got the chicken pox, and I think I came back like right before league finals, and by then I was already out of shape. And as a freshman, I'm fucking playing Madden, and you know, just sitting on my ass, I couldn't leave my room, and man, it really fucked up my freshman year of high school wrestling.
I just got it on my face. So and I'm vaccinated. I had the vaccine, but I didn't get it as a kid.
Nice.
So
I got that shit as a baby.
But it was weird. Yeah, it was just on my face, but it just itched. But the worst was like I lost my appetite and then the fever and all that bullshit. So yeah, and then I came back on that Monday, which was fight week, and I had like the worst practice of my life, obviously, you know. Yeah. And then I was like, fuck. And then again on Wednesday. Or I think Wednesday I actually got a concussion. Because I got a concussion, not that fight, but so after I'm like, man, I only got hit like once in the fight. And then afterwards I'm like, my head hurts. It was hurting.
As it is, you're already dehydrated.
So I think that week.
Did you have to cut any weight at all, or you just came in already on weight?
So I came in that Monday on weight. I was like a pound, which is on weight. And then I was like eating up. I was like, dude, I gotta,
refuel.
But it was like 3-4 pounds. So
it's not bad. Yeah, still not bad. But your body's, your body's exhausted already, and man, it's still incredible to go out there and perform the way you did, man.
Yeah. That's where you gotta shut the mind off. That's where you gotta shut the mind off.
That's the fighter's mind right there, man. That's the prototypical fighter's mind, just to be able to not worry about the circumstance, and because you could have made a million excuses and went out there and performed like shit.
I think that's what was going. I was doubting myself, or I did not feel good, and I was like, there's a lot of doubt. But once the bell rings, you're either gonna do it or you're not.
Right.
So,
there's a lot of people too that they do really well in practice. They spar really well.
We call those practice room state champions.
Yeah,
so many of those.
Once the lights come on,
all
the attention's on you.
The pressure. That's what pressure is right there, man. Yeah. And not too many people can handle that type of pressure. I mean, I coached wrestling for almost 10 years, and there were a ton of individuals who in the practice room, we used to call them practice room state champions. They went in there and they incredible. The technique was always on point. They just seemed like they were machines, but once the lights were on and it's go time, they freeze, and you see it. It's one of the most incredible things about sports is that's one thing Pete always emphasized. Pete was your coach and Pete was my mentor over at Montebello, Pete Gomez, and he used to always talk about pressure and bring it to your guys' attention. Like pressure is like this, like it's like this. You can't feel it. It's not like tangible. But it's a feeling that we all have to go through, and it's a feeling that we all have to overcome. And if you're not an athlete, I mean, granted, we all deal with pressure in some type of capacity, whether it be a job interview, if you're a salesperson going in and making that sales call, business meetings, like whatever it is, you're dealing with some kind of pressure in anything that you do. But man, when you're in the ring, or it's not in the ring, in the cage with someone, and like that pressure is on, like I can't imagine it, man. I thought I wanted to be a fighter when I was younger, but man, after 2 knee surgeries and college wrestling and all that nonsense, and just like I feel like my body can't sustain that type of workload, which is why I have an immense amount of respect for anybody who could step within that octagon, cage, ring, whatever it is, and do what you do, man. Like, what's that Mike Tyson quote? Everyone has a plan till they get punched in the mouth.
Yeah.
Yeah. What's getting punched feel like?
It's like when I was in kickboxing, it didn't hurt at all because they have the 10 ounce gloves.
Right.
But he hit me this fight, and I was like, it stings.
It was MMA gloves, right?
Yeah, the 4 ounce.
Yeah.
I was like, it stings a little bit.
Yeah.
But yeah, everybody has a plan to get punched in the face.
Everybody has a plan to.
That's why I'm like, when you're in the fight, you can't be like making those reads, and there's just too much going on. You gotta
act on instinct.
It has to just be there, and that's what like the training's for. Mm-hmm. Because you're not gonna. I don't know how they do it, but it's just too fast.
And that's where like your like practice habits really play a huge factor, because if you go into practice and you drill like shit and you kind of half-ass it, like when you're tired, you're just gonna rely on instinct. You're gonna rely on.
Or when you get rocked too.
Not when you get rocked.
Not just when you're tired. When you get hit.
Yeah, when you get hit, you're gonna rely on instinct, and if your instinct is just you bullshitting and half-assing, that's probably how you're gonna perform.
Yeah, no, because you can push yourself. Like when you're fresh, you can push yourself, come out sharp.
Oh, everyone's.
But then when you're tired, you're gonna go back to your habits, which you all do every day. And yeah, so like for like 4 minutes, I don't know, but like I go hard, and then once I get tired, it's like all the training habits come out.
Yeah, but it's incredible. I'm really glad and fortunate and blessed to be a part of that process, and being able to see you do what you do, man. I think I've seen you 3 or 4 fights now. I went to, I think, 2.
No, you've been to all my fights. Oh, you missed one.
I missed one. I went to 2 in Vegas. You've had 5 so far?
I've had 5.
Man, I went to 3.
We're 5-0.
Oh, that's right. I went to 3 in Vegas, and then this last one over in Carson. Hector was fortunate. Man, those smokers events were something else, weren't they?
The Vegas ones.
I remember the first one, the Vegas one, man. So I tell Hector, like, the first one, it was literally, so it's called smokers. So if you guys don't know, in kickboxing, an exhibition fight is called a smoker. An exhibition, it doesn't count, really on your record. It's a practice fight. But like the event was actually called Smokers, and I'm sitting in the stands and I'm tripping out. Dudes are right there rolling up blunts, and like there's like tables at the front, and they have like freaking bong setups and yeah, man. Did that affect you at all? I didn't even ask you about that. Did you get like a little second hand off of that?
No,
because it was a big hot box in there, and I think they realized like, fuck, we can't really have. It's probably not a good idea to have this fucking entire arena, this venue, fucking hot boxed and have dudes just swinging on each other.
It was a nice event.
What a crazy experience, man. It's so funny. People, have a hard time believing when I tell them, like, because I think it's different for jiu-jitsu, because I know they have high rollers.
Like, it's the same facility for high rollers.
Well, it's the same facility and the same promoters.
Yeah, it's like the same place. They just wanted to try out kickboxing.
Right.
Instead of jiu-jitsu.
But I think you can get away with it a little bit more in jiu-jitsu.
Hell yeah,
Hell yeah.
I don't train high ever. It'll mess up your timing. For me, it'll mess up your timing. Mm-hmm. And then, but jiu-jitsu is like more like, I can only imagine. And feel, and it's fun, but kickboxing, definitely not.
I can only imagine, like, I never, high school and college, I wasn't smoking yet, but I can only imagine what it would have been like to gone through a practice, like, just high off my ass. Dude, I mean, look, because
some people can succeed with that.
Well, they could. I'm not saying they can't. Yeah. I'm not saying they can't, but what I'm saying, though, is, like, I can only imagine, like, because, I'm a veteran smoker, you know what I mean? So, like, I've like worked out and stuff, and for me, it puts me like in this, when I used to work out at the gym, I used to put my, hot box my car and then put my headphones on, and I would be in the zone just, at the gym working out. But I can only imagine like the level of creativity that I could, potentially have, or it could put me on my fucking ass depending on how much I smoked if I overdid it. But like, in my head, I'm just visualizing like being high off my ass, just fucking chaining wrestling moves together, kind of painting a picture in that sense, but. What a crazy setting, man.
I think that's why they like it so much, though.
Yeah, for sure.
The grapplers.
Oh yeah, definitely. I could see why. I could see how it potentially benefits them and
put them in a flow, right?
Yeah, exactly. Put you in a flow. Well, you can't overdo it like anything else.
Yeah, of course.
Like if you have too much, like pre-workout's cool. You know, if you work out pre-workout, but if you fucking have 3 scoops before you work out, like you're probably worried about not having a heart attack more so than fucking actually lifting.
But I do know a lot of strikers that smoke.
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah, for sure.
For me, like I can't do it.
Right, and yeah, for sure. And I don't recommend it for everyone. It's not something we're saying go out and do or go out and even try. But I'm just like tripping out on what that might feel like.
You should try it. We're gonna go check out 10 Planet, right?
Yeah, we're gonna. I actually want to go with you. It's
dude, right there, they smoke out. At 10
sure.
Planet HQ.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Yeah.
I'm sure jiu-jitsu is something I've been wanting to get into. Right now, Hector and I have been focusing a little bit on kickboxing lately. It's been good for us. You know, we look like fucking clowns at the beginning.
It's getting better.
It's getting a lot better.
Getting better.
Who'd have thought 2 years in? Actually, Jesse and I are, we've been doing a little bit of sparring here and there, and it's good to, I like having Jesse come in and kind of humble my ass, and you think you know what you're doing until you're in there with someone who does it for a living, and it really does put you on your ass. And
you guys have a good coach, because you're working with Justin, right?
Yeah.
So it's impressive for like, you guys train like twice a week?
If that. I mean, I haven't seen Justin in about 2 or 3 weeks.
I've seen him in about a month.
You're pretty good.
Have you talked to him?
Both of you guys.
Here and there.
So he's going to the Netherlands to compete?
No.
He's in I think I texted him yesterday about getting a recording with him, and I think he said he's heading to the Netherlands to do a jiu-jitsu tournament. I could be mistaken, but he's leaving next week. He's going to New York this weekend. And then I think he's going to the Netherlands next. So that's the cool thing about working with Justin, because this dude literally travels all over the world. He was in Thailand for a month learning kickboxing, and I could be mistaken, but I think he's going for jiu-jitsu.
Okay, dope.
Yeah, man. So I mean, when we have that kind of hands-on experience teaching us and influencing us, and he's taught me everything I know about kickboxing.
Yeah, pretty much. He also, I like that he brings different aspects of it. So like he'll teach you a karate move one day, and this is how it applies. But a boxing, this is how it's going to work. Your footwork has to be this way.
Right.
Now, if you're weaving really low or you're rolling,
this is what you're exposed to.
If you're in MMA, somebody's going to hit you with a knee. You're doing Muay Thai, your guard has to be here.
Right.
It's a little overwhelming at times. I'm like, bro, I just want to punch something. Like, hold the mitts for me. Like, nah.
Right.
But he really explains it to like.
Do you mind pulling the mic into you when you talk? Like, if you guys could, I know it's gonna be a pain in the ass, but. Yeah. You gotta start somewhere, right? We only have one mic.
This? Or I have to talk.
So when you talk, go ahead and pull the mic in towards you. Yeah, it's.
So I'll talk here.
Yeah, talking to the mic. Yeah, because it's echoing a little bit, but it's cool. We work around it. Yeah, but you're saying how Justin kind of works like to your strengths and lets you know what you're exposed to. You know, me with a wrestling background, he's constantly giving me like alternatives to. Like, hey, like if you want to try this, it's cool, but you're a wrestler, so if you find yourself in this position, you know what to do because you're familiar with this position and how to work from there. So like, you're talking about weaving and potentially being exposed. Well, if you're in this position, you got a single leg, you know what to do with that. Go ahead and run that. So that's when it's like, oh, this is familiar territory, and it plays into my background and what I know and what I've been exposed to. Man. You wrestled at Rio Hondo, Jesse. How was college wrestling in comparison to? It sucked in comparison to fighting, though, because I know, because we came from the same. We went to the same school and wrestled for the same program. Man, it was fucking that really. Like we're wrestling in high school, from where you're practicing and competing with young men to going with actual grown ass. I'll never forget. I was at a tournament up north. Oh, what tournament? I forget. So I go out and I my first match and I get my fucking shit pushed in, dude. Like the dude fucking he fucked me up. Like he had his way with me. So I'm not one of those guys who's like, oh, that's so-and-so, like I just fucking showed up, I wrestled, you know what I mean? My thing was like, hey, I don't give a fuck who you are, like, you've never wrestled me, but this motherfucker was someone. So, like, after I get my ass kicked, some fucking, another wrestler from, I forget what school, comes up to me and goes, hey, you just wrestled fucking so-and-so, right? I'm like, yeah, he fucking wrecked me up with me, do I know him? Yeah, he fucking made me his bitch right now. He goes, yeah, this dude's a fucking 28-year-old Russian, he trains with the U.S. Olympic team. I'm like, oh.
Makes sense.
Makes fucking sense. Like, you don't say.
28-year-old Russian?
28-year-old Russian, yeah. And dude, like one of the most eye-opening experiences that I ever had. So, I wrestled through youth and high school. And one of the craziest experiences, like eye openers that I had was after like one of those matches, like my first tournaments. I go outside and you see snack bars and shit, dude. Like at high school tournaments, you see dudes like sleeping in their fucking on their cots and they're with their mom and mom's bringing them fucking McDonald's and shit, dude. Like I would go out and I would see dudes who I just wrestled fucking smoking a cigarette like in between matches and shit, dude. It was crazy.
Yeah, like college and high school are different.
Way different. And we wrestled at a JC. I can only imagine like the fucking
we're junior college, like D1 was like another level.
One time I had the opportunity at ELAC to wrestle and practice with Joey Davis.
Yeah.
So
I remember him.
Yeah, so I must have been a senior when he was a sophomore, I think. If you guys don't know Joey Davis, he fights for Bellator right now. He fights for the Bellator promotion. Is he still with them?
I think he's like 4-0 right now.
Yeah, so this dude's top-notch fucking athlete and wrestler. He actually top-notch athlete because he played football at not Notre Dame. Yeah, but not Notre Dame. The Ohio. Yes. So he wrestled and played football there. He played running. He was a dual sport athlete. Yeah. So I kind of knew of him because I think he might have been like a state champion or second in state his sophomore year. So he was actually at ELAC practicing there, and I was. Right out of high school, and I was gonna wrestle in college. I wasn't sure if I was gonna wrestle at ELAC or Rio Hondo. And I remember wrestling Joey Davis, and the dude, he's fucking going through the motions, and I get a takedown on him, and I'm like, oh shit, I fucking took down Joey Davis. You know what I mean? This motherfucker turned it up a notch, and he was like, no. Now you're wrestling Joey Davis. Like, don't get too happy, buddy. You know what I mean? He fucking, as a sophomore, as a 16-year-old kid, fucked me up when I was an 18-year-old young man. Yeah, man, Hector, that's something I wish you would have done, or like, you know what I mean? Like, I think wrestling would have been a good sport for you, but you were a basketball player and
I was a 5'6" basketball player.
You were a 5'6" basketball player. You were a fucking foo back in the day.
Well, I mean, that's what kept me from fucking being on the streets, basically.
Yeah,
playing sports.
No, definitely.
My high school didn't really have a wrestling program until I think I was probably a senior.
Oh no shit! They had
and they took down what used to be the workshop, is it, where they fix cars and shit,
like the auto shop.
Auto shop, and they made a wrestling team, and it didn't really take off. It was, for the most part, I mean, it was mostly the nerdy dudes who were fucking
wrestling.
There was like one or two football players in there, but it wasn't necessarily. I didn't carry any hype.
I've always said like the wrestling teams at pretty much every school, it's like the Sid's toys of school of the school, because like remember Sid from Toy Story, right? These toys. It's like you get some of the most unique individuals like when it comes to wrestling, like all the dudes who couldn't cut it out for football or basketball, like the non-athletes, you know what I mean, who are
they just went to fucking wrestling.
They went to wrestling, and these motherfuckers, like a lot of them excel in that sport just because just for some reason, like everywhere I've been, I've always been around fucking weirdos, and I say weirdos in a good way.
They're weirdos.
Yeah,
it's like that with fighting too, though. There's a lot of weirdos.
Yeah.
Or like a lot of different people.
Well, you kind of gotta be
different people from like a lot of different
like backgrounds
and fighting.
But you kind of gotta be a weirdo to like for fun cut weight, practice in a fucking sauna, do sprints and like fucking like fireman carry people and run with them on your back full speed. And dude, I remember one time, we used to do that shit fucking not safe, dude. We used to like fireman carry, like hold people like in a fireman position and like do bleachers with them and shit, dude. Like we used to do some funky like. I look back and I'm like, Jesus fucking Christ, man. Like, I used to do that. Like, that's one of the things that runs through my head. Whenever I feel like there's a workout that's a little bit, like, strenuous and a little bit difficult, I think back, like, fuck, dude, as a 13, 14-year-old kid, you were doing this in fucking 99-degree fucking weather outside, hot as shit. Like, that's that Dan Gable quote. Like, once you've wrestled, everything else is easy.
No, it is. Mm-hmm. It is. Like, even the fighting is not, like, like, college wrestling was, like, I don't think I'll do anything as far as that.
Yeah, well... and it's not like to bash on anyone or anything, but like I think the programs that we came from were a little bit on the traditional side.
Old school.
Very old school, where hey man, like we're just gonna fucking blast you and fucking like work till we can't anymore, and there's no like methodical approach. There's no like train smarter not harder approach. And that was one of the things that I dealt with when I was coaching at Bell Garden. So when I was coaching at Montebello, I was coaching you the way I knew how to be coached, and it was just like it was backbreaking.
Hey, you switched up a lot though.
I have,
because I remember you used to be like the main guy, like screaming at us.
Oh, I was a screamer.
But like you're even like hyping us up, and this but now you're like a lot more like technical with the training.
Yeah, you have to, man.
Dude, you switched up a lot.
Oh, yeah, I matured, and the thing is, I coached you guys the way that I was coached. Yeah. That's what I thought was correct. Which is one of the reasons why I got into strength and conditioning, was because I wanted to coach you guys with legit like strength methods, strength and conditioning methods, and I realized down the line, like, fuck, man, like this isn't like sustainable, and which is why I wanted to, when we met with the Kill Fit team, like they trained us in a different way. Like it was, Arna and Casey knew what they were doing to an extent when it came to athletes. But like the way I saw them train was a lot different than the way I was exposed to training and coaching you guys. So which is why I kind of like, hey, I want to learn how to correctly teach strength conditioning. So I don't want to go out to a third party and pay them to do it when I can just do it myself. So remember when I got to Bell Gardens is a very, very like fucking like blue collar like throwback like style. That's just the way the entire city is, you know what I mean? Like if you coaching there was a heck of an experience, but I got a lot of pushback because like I went in with a train smarter not harder approach, and it was looked at like this fucking pussy, like why are we taking breaks? I remember one time, I love this story. So I remember getting to Bell Gardens and running my first practice, and it was like, okay, so the way I run practice is we go in, we stretch out, we do our our mobility, whatnot, blah blah blah. Do a little bit of like hand fighting, like some kind of drilling, and all right, water break. And I remember the kids, they were like water break, what the hell? Like, okay, I guess we'll drink water. So so we go into our technique part of the practice. All right, guys, about 10 minutes in, get some more water. And they're like, fuck, man, like it was surreal how it looked, like the way they were looking at it. You would have thought like I fucking like it was just, it caught me off guard. And turns out after the practice, the captain Dave comes up to me. He goes, man, coach, like you gave us a lot of water breaks. I'm like, bro, like, no, you guys are wrestling for fucking. I want
you guys to get better.
Yeah. So they're like, yeah, the last coaches never gave us water breaks. So I'm like, what? Like, you kidding me? So I used to work with the former coach. I know the guy personally. I was like, dude, what the fuck? Like, did you guys like never give water breaks? He goes, oh, well, they have to learn how to wrestle dehydrated. What? Like, no, what? Like, no, you like dehydrate to cut weight, but like I don't want you guys fucking dropping dead from a heat stroke.
Hey, like that's a good mentality to have. Like it's good to be able to like push through hard shit because not everything's gonna be easy. But like I feel like a lot of people overtrain, right? That's the big thing right now is overtraining, and like they're tripping over their own feet. They're not recovering. They're not like. Sometimes they're not getting better, bro. Yeah. Like I know a lot of guys who just train and train and train. It's like they're so broken that it's just
it's not sustainable,
right, dude.
Well, I mean, you really want to think about it too. These are high school kids, right?
Yeah,
and
bro.
Especially that
they struggle learning math, and you're trying to dehydrate them and have them learn a physical skill. Like, try remembering how to have your body remember how to master this movement while you're dehydrated.
Well, then
what's the retention rate on that?
Right, and then it goes back to we were talking about practice habits. Like when you get tired, you resort to like how you practice. Now, if you're fucking dehydrated and you're exhausted and you're trying to fucking hit a single leg, it probably looks like shit at practice because you're fucking exhausted. Now, when competition comes, like you're gonna resort to that poorly executed technique because you were fucking exhausted, dehydrated, just beat down trying to do that 100 times at practice. Like it doesn't make sense until you say it out loud, and then it's like, oh shit, like I talk to you about this all the time. We had a former colleague. I don't know if you want to even call him that, but he had this saying where, hey, we got tradition and we got science. Like we got to find that middle ground. And I stole that. Like I love that. That's the perfect way to say it because there are some elements of traditional training that develop mental toughness.
He also said tradition, which is bullshit half the time.
Half the time,
tradition is bullshit, and then there's science.
Right.
And you gotta find the middle ground.
Well, let's look at tradition. Like that's developing mental toughness, like to an extent. Like if you're able to push through a wrestling practice, fucking dehydrated and exhausted, like there's an element of toughness to anybody who fucking follows through with that. Now, is it optimal? Fuck no. But it does develop some type of mental toughness. Now, we got the science side of it, where, hey, we're using like proven methods that are shown to have a beneficial effect. But if you just focus solely on science, like you're not getting that like mental toughness aspect to it. You can, but like you said,
there has to be a middle ground.
There has to be a middle ground, man. And you put a post up recently talking about like the importance of recovery in between sets, man. I love that because that's not, it was a while back. You're looking at me like you don't remember.
Wait, what did I?
No, you put it a while back, and I remember it. Like you were talking about the importance of like recovery in between sets. Like your session when it comes to training, it shouldn't be just fucking going till you can't anymore, just nonstop throughout the session. Like there has to be some type of recovery element that is emphasized. And you probably you don't remember, but I remember for you. But that's important, man, and learning how to monitor your breathing. I've been doing a lot of so lately I've been kind of training like a fighter lately. I've been putting myself through methods that I picked up along the way, and I've been doing them myself because if I'm gonna put Jesse through something, I don't want to fucking put him through something that I haven't done myself. Yeah. And so just working the different type of energy systems, the aerobic, anaerobic, lactic, alactic. There's different types of systems that we use when it comes to anything we do. Okay, fighting. In fighting in particular, those methods like your anaerobic system, your aerobic system. Aerobic is going to be like just your smooth pace, like this is just your baseline fucking pace throughout the fight. You know what I mean? You got your lactic, which is a lot more power based. But like doing that myself, I'm starting to feel the difference. Like even when I went for a run the other day. Fuck, man, like I have never felt that good. The same fucking trail that we did 2 years ago. Remember when my fat ass we were doing the trail and this was a wake up call where some dude is like, hey, you're almost there, big boy. You know what I mean? Like, fuck, big boy. I was huffing and puffing.
I think he's talking to you, Ray.
Yeah, he was talking to me, fucker. And yeah, just like going from there, where like even both of us were a little bit fucking a little beat down. Remember we were coming back down and we saw those two old ladies.
Oh, they were like on mile 20 something.
Yeah, it was like 14, 15. It was a crazy mile, but we're just like fuck.
It was already getting dark. They were just starting the 5-mile trail.
Mm-hmm. Hector and I were we were a little beat down. I'm not gonna lie, we were both feeling.
My feet were hurting.
We were about like 5-6 miles in. These ladies were fucking 15 miles in. They're like, oh yeah, we're feeling good. They're fucking treading like crazy. Oh, dude, cracks me up, bud. I can't believe that like I let myself get to the level. But I did that same trail on Sunday. I did a run. Fucking got up there in 45 minutes.
Not bad.
Oh, dude. Oh man,
it's doable, right?
Very doable.
Hey, I'll say like one thing I do feel like I'm good at now is getting back to like what do you call it, the baseline?
Mm-hmm.
Or like I'll like exert myself and then I'll feel like tired, but then I come back. Yeah, I get my wind back real quick.
Yeah,
that's that all the time.
That's a big part of recovery, man. That just I'm trying to put you through the same shit that I've picked up along the way, and it's been proven. It's been proven, man. And it's just a shame that not enough people who get these coaching jobs go the extra mile to learn this shit. So I get it, man. Being a wrestling coach is not the easiest thing. Being any kind of coach isn't the easiest thing, but it really shows in the quality of programs. When you come across the coaches who know what they're doing as opposed to the coaches who don't, and you see the gap in performance and results. But yeah, we actually when I was at BG, yeah, man, had a lot of pushback because the approach that I took was more of a modern, up to date approach where it's like,
that shit's stupid. Where they're just like, go as hard as you can. It's like, okay.
But that's all they know, though. They were brought up in that program, and that's what their coaches went through. And
hey, but the results speak for themselves.
Hey, but back in the day, Bell Gardens was a fucking powerhouse. Back like in the 90s.
For the last 10 years.
They took league this year. They took league this year. Yeah, don't talk about the Almont League like that.
Right, I'm not gonna
the Almont League. Yeah, that JV league. I know it sucks, dude. You know what? It's a shame.
Against Bosco. And
no, for sure.
Real schools,
bro. You go to a Bosco, bro.
Real trainers and all that.
Well,
shit.
Yeah, they have. Dude, have you seen the weight room?
Oh, we're tough though.
Have you seen the weight room?
Which one?
Bosco's.
Yeah, bro.
Dude, it's like replicated straight from. It's like it's the same shit as the UCLA facility. Like the dude who donated.
Legit ass training.
Mm-hmm.
And so like these tough kids were like, I ran 10 miles yesterday. It's like, I'm just gonna pin you in 20 seconds.
Yeah.
you go warm up in the corner if you want.
Yeah, for sure.
So I mean,
crazy, man. But hey, did I tell you about the story about when I went to Vons and was getting these with the crackhead?
No.
Oh, dude. So fuck you, Hector, for getting me into these. One, I fucking love these. Two, you fucking had my ass embarrassed over the fucking. So I was at I went to Vons a couple of weeks ago, I went after work, after I was done training here, and I went like at 10 o'clock right before they closed. So, I get some of these, I get my groceries, and I'm at the register getting my shit checked out. So my groceries checked out, and let's say I'm parked, and my aisle is on the west end of the market. On the opposite end of the market, I hear some lady. She's like talking to the dude who's bagging my groceries. He's a fucking kid. He's like 15, 16 years old. And she's like, hey, can you tell this guy to leave? He's being a pervert. So I'm like, oh, let me just go check this out. So I don't go in the direction of my cars, and like I go to the opposite end just to to see what's up.
Be a hero.
So I went, and there's some fucking crackhead outside of the market, like where the sliding doors are. He's looking at the chick who was yelling. He's like, making fucking faces, just being a fucking weirdo. So I'm like, fuck, dude. So I go up to the dude. I'm like, hey, bro, like, it's probably best if you leave because they're gonna call the cops. And dude's like, fuck the cops. They're not gonna do shit. Okay, buddy. Then I'm asking you to leave. Like, he goes, you're not gonna do shit either, and I'm not gonna kick a crackhead's ass. You know what I mean? I'm just trying to get him to leave, help this poor lady out.
I wouldn't even try it.
I know, dude.
Tell what he told you.
No, dude. Well, the thing is, my mom works for Vermont's, so like I can only imagine like my mom going through some shit like that. It hit a soft spot, basically.
Okay.
So I'm like, hey, dude, I'm gonna ask you to leave. He goes, well, you're not gonna do shit either. And this probably wasn't the best thing to say. I'm like, hey, dude, walk me to my car. He goes, what? I'm like, yeah, dude, walk me to my car.
Yeah, just try to get him outside.
Yeah, just try to get him to leave. Leave this poor lady alone. And he goes, well, I'm not gonna walk in your car. I want her to walk me out. And I'm like, yeah, dude, let's not play the game. Walk me to my car. He goes, sir, like, I'm flattered, but I'm not gay. Why don't you go home and drink your little sparkling water? So I went from not wanting to kick this dude, not wanting to do shit, to like, you motherfucker, and then, that's pretty funny. That's pretty funny. Go home and drink your fucking sparkling water. I'm flattered, though. Oh, dude, I'm telling you, I do not.
Drink your sparkling water.
Yeah, why don't you go home and drink your sparkling water? So I wasn't gonna do shit, bro, but like, I wanted to kick his ass for a second, like, you fucking scumbag, you got jokes. I thought that was pretty funny, dude.
That is pretty funny.
So I was like, yeah, dude, he's finally.
Wait, so is drinking sparkling water gay?
No, it's not. I love
it. It sounds kind of gay, like
when you say sparkling, yeah. It's fucking delicious. But I just thought that he ended up leaving. It's a good thing when you weird out the weirdo.
Yeah, okay.
You're doing something right. So he ended up leaving. No one was hurt, and I didn't get into any altercation, but. I thought that was fucking hilarious, and I blame you for that, being embarrassed by it. Hey, the crackhead's got jokes now, man.
Not my fault you like sparkling water.
Oh, bro, you got me hooked on them, bro. That's all you bring on our camping trips.
Well, I mean, I had to get away from Coke Zero, man. I was drinking... I wanted an alternative water.
All right, Trump.
Diet Coke or
that motherfucker drinks. You see that it was like I forgot where I heard it, but he drinks like fucking 6 Cokes before like 11 a.m.
It's like a shitty diet.
Yeah, he watches like his routine is he fucking watches like Fox News. Like he turns on Fox News and he has like 6 Cokes in the morning. Like fuck. Oh shit, dude! I thought that was hilarious, though, man.
He still looks better than Biden.
Oh, no, I wouldn't say looks better. He's a fat ass. You kidding me?
I mean, dude, Biden looks like
yeah. Biden needs all the vitamins in the world, bro. Like,
nah, he's done.
Dude, poor guy. I feel bad for him.
He's done.
Dude, he needs to be in a fucking retirement home. He needs to be in fucking gardening, not running the fucking country, dude.
He didn't age well. There's no shame in it.
No, he aged really. I hope to look that good at fucking 105. Oh, dude. Yeah, man. But I thought that was pretty fucking hilarious, man. When are you looking to fight again?
Dude, got some good stuff coming up.
You got some good stuff? Talk to me.
There's a lot. I don't know. But okay, all right. Most likely.
What can you tell me?
Most likely it's looking like October 7th.
October 7th?
Okay. One more fight. One more amateur fight. And then after that, all belts.
Okay.
All belts.
What do you mean all belts?
That's all I can say.
Okay. I'll leave it at that. Shit, I can't wait to go watch you, man. Hector and I had a really good time. There's a dope picture. I think you found the picture where he's fighting and we're in the background.
Oh, we're just hanging out in the background.
We're just hanging out in the background, man. We had a really good time at that fight, man.
You guys went off with that picture.
Which one?
That's the one where you're like making captions.
No.
There's another
where you're in the ring, like about to fight, and we're in the back.
We're in the back. Yeah, hiding in the shadows. Hiding in the shadows, man. Dude, I think was my back fucked up. I couldn't even sit down. I think that's why we were standing in the fucking. Yeah. I couldn't sit down or some shit like that, dude. Yeah.
You had a muscle shirt on or some shit.
Hey, dude.
I had a fucking.
Yeah.
I gotta get you guys in the corner.
No, you don't.
At least in the back.
Yeah,
Go in the back, but in the corner.
I'm not gonna be in the corner. You need your coaches.
Experience, yeah. Dude, don't you want your
No, because I mean, Ray. So they say that like, oh no, not some random could just corner you.
Right.
But then I'm like, Ray's been cornering me for 10 years, right? Since I was 13, so he knows me way more than you guys.
Yeah,
so.
for sure, man. You know what? So I was thinking about this recently, man. I was thinking about when I was coaching you in high school. So your freshman year, I think did you try? I don't even remember. Did you try out or did you just wait on?
I just walked in.
You walked in the summer, huh? Maybe. No, you
I just walked in. And I think I talked to like the captain. I was like, what are you guys doing?
What got you? What caught your attention about wrestling? I'm curious.
The UFC, bro.
UFC?
I would look at the UFC or I'll watch it with my dad, and he would be like, he would just always say like the wrestlers are good, man.
Can you scoot in a little? I'm sorry.
My dad would just tell me like wrestlers like are good at fighting.
Right.
So when I got to high school, I saw the wrestling team. I'm like, let me check this out, and then the rest is history.
Yeah, I remember. So when I was coaching you in high school, I wasn't working on campus. So I think you guys would only practice like during school, and then I would show up like when season started, and I'd be able to, be at the practice while you guys were practicing, like after school. Yeah, because
you went there for like the first hour.
Yeah, no, I wasn't there at all until like the season started, because that's when you guys were practicing after school, and that's when I would go. But I remember when I came back, Pete was there with you guys coaching throughout the off season, and I'll never forget, you guys were conditioning, and Pete fucking pointed at you and goes, "Yeah, that's our next CAF champion right there."
I think I'm gonna tell me that.
Yeah,
that's a fucking second.
That was my first
in the finals.
That's my first memory of you, dude, and that's and. Man, like
that's the trip. He called it my freshman year.
What's that?
He called it my freshman year.
He called it, dude. Right? Yeah, Pete, dude. He is the best coach I've ever been around, dude. Pete, like, so you're telling me like I calmed down? Pete is the reason why I calmed down. Like, Pete is like, I was coaching, but I didn't learn how to coach until Pete mentored me. Pete's approach, man. Like, a lot of the things that I talk about to athletes and pass on, that's all Coach Gomez. Like, that's the Gomez coaching tree right there, man. Because he taught me not to coach wrestlers first, coach people first. Like, if you could develop a good person with good values who works hard, they're going to be good at whatever they do. And wrestling just might so happen to be one of those things that they do that they excel at. So that's been my philosophy.
I remember he had his talks with me, like, like as a person.
Bro. Yeah. Dude, he was having, so you were in high school, like, I was a young man, I was in my 20s, he was having these talks with me, dude. And, man, I cannot thank that guy enough for, teaching me what he taught me and doing what he did for you guys. That guy's just amazing, man. I love that guy to death. Hopefully
I haven't seen him long. I gotta go visit.
Yeah, man, just to go say what's up to him. I gotta go visit.
Yeah, because like what he was doing with you, like mentoring, he's like one mentor for me because he was at Rio when I was there.
That's right.
And
so he was like the balance there, huh? I know because we had the same coaches at Rio. Tejas is amazing, dude. I love Tejas to death, man. Tejas is one of those guys where I felt bad because we had that whole incident with Jesse Cruz when I was there. Yeah. So
Pete brought balance to the team.
Yeah. So when I was at Rio, we had an incident. We had a tragedy, man, where one of my teammates actually passed away during his match on the mat. And you can imagine being 18 years old, seeing someone your age drop dead, doing what you do every single day. So that kind of fucked with me for a little bit, man. So I wasn't even sure if I wanted to do it. Like, so I kind of flaked out towards the end of the year. I was like, dude, fuck. Like, my mind was just everywhere. You're an 18-year-old kid. You got bills now. You need a job. You're trying to go to school. That shit happens. Like, dude, my mind was just not in the right place. And I kind of flaked out when I was wrestling at Rio. I just kind of stopped going. And I was really, really embarrassed and ashamed to talk to Taze because I felt like I let him down. You know what I mean? Because Taze was always very supportive of me. When I hurt my shoulder, my senior year of wrestling, he was the one guy that just kept up with me. Hey, how's your shoulder? How you doing? And he, he told me how he fucked up his shoulder. And he just, was very, very, just was very supportive to me. So I kind of felt like I let him down when I stopped going. And I hadn't talked to him in years. So when I started coaching at Bell Gardens, he was tight with Pete, and he would go to the matches, and I ran into Taze again, and I was kind of like afraid to like approach him, you know what I mean? Because I felt like fucking embarrassed, dude. Right? But when he saw me, fucking gave me, hey Ray, what's up? Gave me a hug. I was even surprised he remembered my name, because I was kind of a fucking nobody on the team at the time, at Rio at least. But yeah, incredible guy, man. But
when I saw him recently, because I haven't been there like 3 years, he was the same way with me. Like, oh, dude, what's up? Like, I thought he was gonna be like, because I didn't do that good at Rio.
Yeah. You let him down. Like you kind of felt like you let him down.
I felt the same way, but he's cool with me.
That's how you know you have a good coach when you feel bad that you let them down.
Yeah.
That's how you know they had some type of impact on your life, man. And I can't thank Tez and Pete enough for the shit.
We gotta go visit them.
Yeah, dude, we definitely do, man. We definitely do. Those are two incredible human beings and hell of a wrestling coach, man. Both of them. Excuse me. Yeah, man. We gotta definitely go check it out. And dude, I would even love to have the opportunity to even work with some of those guys, man. Like, dude, I'm telling you, I have a fucking passion and a niche for working with wrestlers.
Dude, you have a passion for like coaching.
Yeah, dude, I'm a coach. Before I'm a trainer,
coach.
Well, before I'm a trainer,
that kind of stuff. I don't know what the word is, but
before I'm a trainer, I'm a coach. Like that's what I like to think, bro. I think that's like I may not be. I think my coaching makes my training look a lot better than it is. You know what I've been doing lately is
you're too humble. You're too humble.
You gotta be, dude. Like
you're good.
Well, it's okay. Look, so here's what I've been doing lately. Lately with my clients, I ask them, hey, do you want a trainer or do you want a coach? Because the trainer is just gonna make the fucking program for you and make you work out. Coach is gonna call you out when you need to be called out. When you're fucking, because people pay for training, but like, can you tell some of your clients, hey, dude, get your fucking head out of your ass? Like, I mean, I know you can. That's how you are.
Yeah, that's how I run.
That's how you run your shit. You're a coach too, man. Like, but like, it's kind of hard to tell someone who's paying you money, like, hey, dick, like, fucking get your head out of your ass, bro. Like, they could easily like, fuck you. Like, I'm paying you. Like, I'm gonna work how I want to work. Some people just have that kind of disposable income, and they just feel like that's what they could do. I've had experience with clients like that. Like, fuck you, fucking Mark Wahlberg and Pain and Gain. Like, like I'm paying you, fucking. I work how I want to work. You know what I mean? Just tell me what to do, and I'll do what I can. But like, some people don't want to hear like coach talk. Some people don't want to hear, hey, dude, like you gotta get on people to an extent. And
I just want to feel good. Like, oh, I hit my personal trainer this morning.
Yeah, exactly. It's on their checklist. It's like, hey,
yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Yeah. Some people think it's enough to just, I have a training session twice a week. Mm-hmm. Outside of that, I'm the same fucking person out. Mm-hmm. But I expect the results that I'm paying for. Mm-hmm. But I'm only training twice a week. So I don't do any other exercise on my own.
You guys?
No, they don't.
What's all that was going on?
No, I don't think personally they don't get mad. I just tell them like, well, are you following your diet? Are you following your macros? Are you hitting your protein? And if they're not, well, there it is. Cool. Like we have a hill to climb. You want to take the steep route, or do you want to level it out a little bit? Take the scenic route, and it'll be a lot easier if you're hitting your macros paired with this training. The training's, I mean, don't get me wrong, the training's good, but what you're doing outside of here is probably more important than 1 hour out of your day that you're here with me.
Right.
So I mean, it's on you to really put in all the other work.
Yeah.
Go for the extra walk. Do the things. Take your lunch to work.
You've never experienced like you like roll the rest.
I mean some, but I'm pretty sarcastic too. So.
You are. You know how to deliver it to a point where they can kind of like. It's like what's that? Gaslighting? What's that? What is that fucking? You put up a post the other day. Training is like a coach is basically just gaslighting you into thinking you're better than you are. Some shit along those lines.
I post a lot of
dumb shit, right? But yeah, man. It's like I've had a few experiences where, like I don't feel like I could jump on an adult the way I could jump on like by the team that I'm coaching. You know what I mean? Like, cause it's just like it's hard to tell a grown ass person. Hey, dude, I know you got your fucking job. I know you got your kids. I know you got fucking bills. I know. And then on top of this, what you're paying me to do, like, just when you're here, it's hard to just tell someone, hey, dude, stop being a fucking lazy ass.
Yeah, that's what it is.
So that's why I say, hey, do you want a trainer or do you want a coach? Because coach is going to he's going to have what's called the break them down, build them back up. It's like, as a coach, you got to be able to break someone. If I'm coaching Jesse, I want to be able to I have to be able to break you down to the point where you're like you're at that breaking point. If I push you a little harder, it's like break you down and make you feel like how do I word this? Like let them know where they're fucking up, how they're fucking up, and a lot of times like it could be cruel. Like somebody doesn't like a lot of people don't want to be told like they're fucking up. They don't want to be told where they're where they can excel, but I'm not going to leave it just at that. I'm not just going to talk shit to you and make you feel like, like you failed. I'm going to build you back up by the end of the session.
You tore me down like so many times.
Yeah, you got to. But I also build
No, we've had like No, you've done both though. We've had like so many talks like that.
Well, the thing is, like, my thing is, I'm the first person to tell you fuck up. Like, I have no problem telling you, hey, this is where you're fucking up. But at the same time, I'm the first person to pat you on the back and let you know, hey, dude, good shit. Like,
especially in fight camp, when shit hits the fan, like, we have a lot of those.
Yeah, well, you got to, bro. Like, hey, in that duration, I'm not your friend. We have a similar client where I had to tell him that, like, hey, in this hour, I am not your friend. I am your coach. I am your trainer. If we could, possibly be buddy after, but in this session duration, I am not your friend. That's where I feel like people are like, well, like, they don't know how to receive that. At least, certain individuals, like, they don't know how to process that. And for me, it's easy because I've done it my whole life. Like, but you're talking to someone who, like, they're already low on confidence and shit. Like, that's why they're training. I'm not saying go and fucking rip them, but, like, let them know where they fuck up. But people don't want to, they don't want to have that serious conversation. If they don't even want to have it with themselves, what makes you think that they want to have it with you? Like, where they're fucking up. That's why people fucking suppress themselves with food. That's why they're there to begin with, because they're suppressing their emotions and their feelings with food and booze, and they don't want to fucking deal with the external because they're suppressing it, which is why they're in the position that they are. And that's just my experience that I've had with, just coaching along the way. It's not the easiest, man.
I mean, it just depends on the individual, man. I mean, you can tell somebody what to do, and they have things holding them back, man.
Right.
Half the people, at least I've had to work with, they're there for physical stuff, but they really need mental work, man.
No,
a lot of people are just stressed out. This is almost like a release for them, So, like, I'm trying to get on them about their diet or about, hey, let's pick up your cardio here. You got to make sure you work out on the days you're not with me. But they're dealing with so much shit. Half the time they got, their parents are sick. I have like 3 clients whose parents are like going through shit, hey, my kid has an appointment with a therapist. My kid got fucking suspended from school. There's always something for bills are higher now. I'm gonna have to work extra. I don't know if I can make the training session. They're just adding more stress.
Factors.
So I mean, it just depends on, you want to get on people at times, and
which is why, hey, do you want a trainer or do you want a coach?
Yeah, like, hey, we gotta,
because coach is gonna tell you. Because coach is gonna tell you, find a way.
Yeah. And
I'm not paying. You're not paying me to just give me excuses. You're paying me to tell you where you're fucking up and where you. Hey, some people don't want to hear find a way though. Like,
well, you find a way for me. I'm paying you.
Right. Well, I mean, I'm only there.
So as a trainer, or as a coach, you can point them in the direct. Hey, you're lacking here. Fix this. You're lacking there. Fix. This is good, but keep that up.
Right.
And then it's up to them to really walk that road.
And you know what sucks? You know what I call those? I call those the poor me's.
Yeah.
Pour me this.
Pour me mentality.
Pour me that. Pour me this. Like, it's yeah, man. And what sucks is how fucking contagious that is, man. Like, it just, I don't know, man. Part of me, like, I understand because I didn't come from a fucking, none of us came from a perfect home, which is why I think we're as funny as we are, because we went through enough bullshit to where it's just like, like we're kind of jaded to it. You know what I mean? It's like I saw one a while back. Something it said like, "Oh man, thank God I have just enough trauma to where I'm funny." You know what I mean? But it's like one of those things, bro. Like, if you're in a position, like you told me something a while back too, where it's like you can't come back to me with the same problem twice.
Yeah.
If you come to me with a problem, hey, we'll try to fix it, work it out. But if you don't make the attempt, or if I can't see that you're trying to make the attempt to find a solution, what the fuck am I supposed to do? I'm just gonna tell you shit you don't want to hear. We're just gonna create this, like, we're not gonna see eye to eye. This partnership, this relationship, it's not gonna work out.
Ray, you're making me sound like a fucking philosopher, bro. Like, you told me this, you told me that. I don't remember half this shit.
Yeah, you told me a lot.
I remember that. I'm fucking around. But yeah, man, you're making me sound really good.
You've had a huge influence.
I wish I had a Hector in my life,
bro.
He told me that. He'll like say a lot, like, "Oh, Hector showed me this." So
yeah, dude, you don't realize it, bro. You've had a big impact on me, man. Like, you're one of my only, like, you two are two of, like, my only friends right now, dude. Like, I don't bullshit or talk to too many people.
The Edge Boys.
The Edge Boys, yeah, dude. It's just one of those things, bro. Like, you kind of you won't admit it, but yeah, dude, you've done a lot for me, bro. Like, we talked about this before on the podcast, where you kind of, like, you're like fucking granddaddy of Rayzors Edge. Like, you're a fucking You're the Sidious. You're the Sidious to my Vader.
Fuck. There's always two.
There's always two. You know, now there's three. We got fucking Anakin right here.
Well, he's trying to make the cut.
He's trying to make the cut. Yeah, hey, well, the thing about him,
he's trying to convince him to take you out. Hey, together we can take this out.
Hey, this next fight, because I'm gonna need both of you guys. So
yeah,
we're gonna
dude.
have to,
It's
I'm gonna have to work
team,
with
bro.
Rayzors Edge and Kinesiology.
It takes a village. It takes a village, bro. And like, what sucks,
dude, a lot of people ask me like, or this guy was like, the guy I just beat was like, this fool's a thoroughbred. Like, what do you feed this guy? And this and I'm like, dude, I just trained at Rayzors Edge.
Oh man, the fucking ref at the fight we went to in that fucking warehouse when the guy is like, "What the fuck you feeding this guy? Gunpowder?"
Yeah, like, they think I'm like a freak athlete. I'm like,
I just got balls.
No, it's not. It's not that. Well, yeah.
Yeah.
And then like the shit we do here is just like I can do things that.
Yeah, man. It's
like the guy who's just running 10 miles every day. He's not gonna be.
Dude.
I'm gonna throw him. Like
those 10 miles are not explosive though.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
No.
That's,
like,
you're training like a fucking marathon runner, not like a fighter.
Dude, so this last fight, the guy came up to me and weigh-ins. He was scared, you know, because I don't talk to anybody. Like on fight day, I'm just here for like 6 minutes of work. So he comes up to me and he's like trying to like be friends, like he's trying to shake my hand or whatever, and I'm like whatever. Dude, like once I felt his handshake and then we went like this, I was like, I'm gonna kill this guy.
And that's the thing.
I felt the like
you won before you even fought.
Yeah, I felt like there's just like a huge.
That's Sun Tzu right there. Every battle was won before it's fought.
Yeah.
That's the art of war right there, man. And like if you've competed like in combat or any type of like physical competition, like you know that feeling. Like when I'm shaking some dude's hand, and you could usually tell by the fucking handshake. You get it like, oh shit, okay. I might be in for one. Or if the dude kind of like, it's weird, like it's hard to explain, but like you can just get a feel by the beginning. Oh, I got you already.
And like I can see it in the warm ups,
You
because right now in the warm ups we're all in the same room, like blue corner, red corner. And I was just like, all right, this guy's pretty good. This guy's gonna crack. You know, I could just see it.
It's like a sixth sense for combat athletes, man. Because I've kind of experienced that a little bit too, man. Where, like you could just get that feel before, like, oh, this I got this one right now. It's weird, but like you have to have been in that like physical competitive environment to really understand that. It's, you know, baseball players aren't gonna feel that shit. No. You know what I mean? Like maybe I'm just talking shit. You know,
no, because with fighting, it's a lot of like mind games too.
It's a lot.
Like baseball or like sports like that, you're like, I'm just trying to have fun. You know,
yeah,
like,
it's a game.
It's a game. This is like I'm trying to kill this dude.
Faraz Zahabi, GSP's trainer, he has this very like this saying that I love. He talks about in the months leading to the fight, the dynamic is 90% physical, 10% mental. That dynamic shifts in the days going into the fight. It should go from 90% physical, 10% mental. It changes to 90% mental, 10% physical. Like you taper down the physical aspect of it the closer the fight gets, and it turns more mental. Let's take care of your head. Your body, you're not gonna get in any better shape in a week, 2 weeks. Now we gotta monitor this motherfucker up here, because this is what's gonna determine you winning, losing, and everything else in between.
That's how I felt like that last fight week, because I left my camp, right? But like, so this last fight week, I hard sparred on Monday, Wednesday, I did 30 minutes of rolling on Tuesday and Thursday, and then Friday I had like a shakeout or whatever it's called, and then Saturday or Sunday we fought.
Right.
Dude, on Monday I felt like I could just walk in right there and win this fight right now. Like it's more about up here. At that point, like why am I hard sparring 10 rounds on Monday and Wednesday, and then rolling 30 minutes on Tuesday and Thursday for a 6-minute fight? Like what?
Doesn't make sense.
That doesn't make. And then so I'm in the back. And I'm like sitting right there, and I'm like, yeah, I got this. And then people are telling me like, calm down, or like, you know, don't underestimate him, and this. That. It's just like,
what's that?
This is not helping.
You ever see that Mike Perry interview where he's talking about like getting advice from his coaches? He's like, "Fuck you, you're not in here with me." And like he's like getting punched, and they're like, "Hey, do this, do that, go." He's like, "Fuck you, I'm the one in here." Like, you know what I mean?
I feel that. But like there's a balance. I don't completely ignore my coaches.
No, you don't.
I just take everything with a grain of salt. And so that's why I think I'm in between camps right now, which I'm not mad at. I gotta find a place where it's right for me. But the one thing that sticks with me is I've been at Rayzors Edge, so
yeah, dude. I'm telling you, dude. Like guys like you make me look a lot better than I actually am, man. Because you know, because in order to do what you do, you have to be a tough motherfucker. you have to be a tough motherfucker. Not anybody could just go out there and perform the way you do and at the pace you do. Like, there's one thing, like, I trip out watching you fight, man, because the fucking volume behind that, like, it's not just power, there's volume behind it, man, and it's incredible to see, because, like, I don't see too many fucking athletes that can go at that pace for that long. It's just incredible to see, dude. And you're good enough of a kid to, like, oh, it's the training. Like, no, part of it's the training. A lot of that's just, I can't teach that.
Yeah, it's like 50, like, part of it's the training.
Yeah.
Where I'm like, oh, I feel good. But then part of it's my mind where I'm like,
no, that's what you are.
I can
It's what I am.
I can push myself hard.
Yeah, man.
So what do you think we're doing? Because I'll do that. There'll be like spurts of action, and then I'll come back, and I'm just like recovering real quick. That's how I feel right now.
That's good, dude.
So whatever we're doing is working.
I'm glad we fucking got a workout in before we did this, because now, like, I was kind of a little groggy this morning. I got I've been getting some pretty shitty sleep. It's just, I don't know what it is, dude. I got tossing and turning, but excuse me. Man, like the level of clarity after the workout really made a difference, man. Well, you got here and I took a little, like, 30-minute nap, and I was all fucking spaced out, dude. And man, I feel incredible now.
Well, I got here right when you woke up.
Yeah, so I'm saying, I set my alarm. I knocked out at like 12:25 or 11:25 and woke up at 12:55 right when you got here. I kind of felt like shit, dude, and I was like, fuck, I gotta record a podcast after this, you know what I mean? And Lord behold, I got a workout and I feel way better. Like, who fucking go figure? Who would have thought? Yeah. You know, if everyone else kind of had that, like, oh shit, maybe if I move and do something, I'd feel a lot better. And you know,
you guys post about that a lot too. Like,
what's that?
Or like, I don't know. I'll just see like you guys post like, oh, somebody says like, oh, I feel like shit today, and then you guys will say like, well, maybe you haven't had any sunlight or.
Who'd have figured
over like
things to,
who'd have figured that fucking big ball of fire in the sky is like a battery?
You haven't drank any water,
Oh, what? You've had only coffee all day? You're on 3 hours of sleep?
I know people that don't drink any water.
That's what you were saying the other day.
They don't drink any water. Like, what do you mean you don't drink any water? No, they drink either Gatorade or juice or soda or beer, whatever it is.
Yeah.
Coffee. Like, water by itself is like, why would I drink water by itself?
Yeah. No, even and then you want to get even deeper with it too, man. Like just getting out, just getting the fact that people just don't like going out and being in the sun. Like, you don't gotta fucking fry in there. I'm not saying go and fucking get, to the point where you're fucking burning yourself and you're, burning yourself up like fucking a strip of bacon on a fucking frying pan, dude. But still, like, expose your body. It's almost as if there's a giant battery in the fucking sky that's, meant to, like, energize us and wake our asses up.
Yeah, I had a client tell me, all you need is 15 minutes a day. I'm like, well, yeah, but you're coming out with a full jacket, a hat. You're really covered up. You're wearing sunscreen. Like, I don't think that counts as 15 minutes a day. Or the only sunlight they get is when they're driving in their car and the sun's hitting their arm.
Yeah.
Like, that's the sunlight she was referring to. I'm like, no, that doesn't count.
That doesn't count, yeah.
Like, if you really want to consider getting the sunlight, like, almost got to be kind of sunbathing.
Yeah. You know what's tripping out, what I trip out on is my dogs. Like, you ever let your dogs out? I mean, your dogs are all outdoors anyways. But, my dogs are indoor dogs. And when I let them outside, the first thing they do is they lay in the sun.
Yeah. My dogs will be asleep in the sun. It looks like they're hyperventilating. It's kind of funny, but they're in the
but they have shade available. Like, it's not like there's no shade available. But my dogs
choose to go in the sun.
The first thing I do when I let my dogs out is they find a spot in the sun. They just fucking post up, and I trip out like, oh shit. But why do people think that's bad?
They're sunning their genitals, or what?
Oh, dude, I've been doing that. I did that a couple times.
Yeah, dude. Sunning their genitals.
You're like, I'm gonna give this a shot.
Why? But why is it a crazy thought that, like, I mean...
Your neighbors might think it's a crazy thought.
Oh, fuck man, they all just fucking crackheads. There's a meth lab fucking 2 houses down. They're worried about me sunbathing my balls. Fuck them.
Hey, your sunbathing is bad for their business, though.
No shit. No, fuck no. Acting like I never sucked dick for meth. Like... They've done a lot worse for fucking
sparkling water.
Yeah, dude. But it sounds silly, but like, why is it that why is it a crazy thought that the sun hitting your entire body is a weird or bad thing? It's just,
that has to be good for you.
I'm not saying walk around butt ass naked and shit, dude. But if you let the fucking sun hit your body, like especially the parts that aren't exposed. Like, why can't a fucking goofy chick go to the sun and fucking sunbathe their plastic ass cheeks, but I fucking can't in my backyard? I don't buy that fucking thought, dude.
Well, I mean, nobody's saying you can't do it.
No, I know it looks a little weird.
Your neighbors are just gonna be.
I'm not fucking up by the window. You know what I mean? Like, no, I find a spot where no one can see me, a good angle. You know what I mean? But like, oh yeah, dude, it's
Why, somebody gave you shit about that, or?
No.
No, we're giving them shit right now.
You're giving me shit right now, yeah. Dude, but it's one of those things where I was thinking about my dogs. Like, I've always thought that, like, oh shit, they just go and they post up in the sun. Like, why is it? Like, they're instinctual animals. Like, they're for some reason, like, they operate a lot more on instincts than we do. You know what I mean? We're like conditioned to these these agreements that we fucking had, were taught to us and that we just act on every day. Like, animals don't operate that way. They operate based on instinct. And that's the first. So why is it crazy when we do it, but when they do it, it's just like we don't even like pay attention or like take that into consideration. You know what I mean? But yeah, man, like just between getting sun, fucking just moving around, especially like if you have a desk job, like, and you're sitting on your fucking ass all day, dude, that's it's insane, bro. And like, it's no surprise to me that people have the problems that they do, like, and don't like sit down and write, okay, well, what does my day look like? You know what I mean? Oh shit, I had fucking, fucking Golden Graham cereal for breakfast, okay? The first thing I did when I wake up was I turned my phone on and laid in bed for a fucking half hour scrolling, you know what I mean? Oh shit, I had fucking orange juice and coffee for breakfast, okay, with my Golden Grams, got a nice little sugar spike, oh, sun, nah, it's too hot outside, you know what I mean? And it's like we're completely abandoning and removing ourselves from everyday fucking like would-be necessities. And it sounds silly. I got shit from a couple of friends recently, like, what? Like, you don't wear sunscreen at all? Like, no, I'm not saying go and fry your fucking ass in the fucking sun, like, to the point where I'm, peeling skin, dude. But no, like, why would you, like, block those receptors that are meant to energize you? It just doesn't make sense to me. Obviously,
I'm gonna try it.
You're gonna, what, sunbathing your asshole?
No, what?
Your fifth eye?
I mean, that's a thing. Sunbathing your asshole is a thing. People do that.
I'm not gonna do that. So I'll try getting some sunlight this next fight camp.
Why don't you try it every day?
Well, I mean, I know, right? The sun's out right now.
Yeah.
One thing I like doing is having my coffee out, shirtless, in the backyard, just go out.
And if you could even, like, walk on grass, like, right now, I don't have fucking, like, it's all dead right now, dude, but when there's grass, the first thing I like doing is going outside, getting some sun, fucking, like, digging my fucking toes into the dirt, not the dirt, but the grass, just letting me feel that. What's that, grounding?
Yeah, grounding.
Grounding, yeah, dude. It's very like hippie-esque, like, oh, look at this fucking hippie, you know what I mean?
Tree hugger.
Yeah, hey man, like, why don't you go and get some sun, man? Yeah, it sounds silly, dude, but like, it's usually the fucking dude who is pale as fuck or has Cheeto Puffs, every day fucking throughout the week, and it's like he's trying to tell you, like, oh, that's fucking weird.
Right, that's the weird thing.
Right, that's what I'm saying, yeah.
Normalized.
Yeah, oh, the dude who fucking gets trashed, 8 days a week, fucking eats Cheeto Puffs every fucking day. He's fucking on his playing online fucking Call of Duty, and like, oh yeah, my fucking trainer talks about getting sun and shit, like, yeah, it's fucking hippie. Yeah, the guy at Rayzors Edge on Instagram, not getting sun. What a fucking weirdo, fucking letting the sun hit his balls. Yeah, that fucking weirdo. You pay that guy? You're like, nah. Like, fucking nah. Oh, dude, it's hilarious, man. But it's just, in my opinion, just shit that we should do. What I've been doing a lot too is having fucking just steak and eggs for breakfast every day. Oh, maybe nice. Oh, nice. Bro, we must be fucking.
I've done that before, though.
What's that?
I love steak and eggs.
Oh, it's been my shit lately, dude. I found my fucking the perfect recipe that fits me, like how to cook it. Fucking, it's not even that hard, bro.
You gotta cook it medium rare.
Eggs are amazing, man. I love eggs.
Dude. Oh, but you're
the cholesterol, bro.
The cholesterol, gotta watch out for the cholesterol, man. Yeah, Fuck, like, all the fucking...
I'll just have a Pop-Tart instead.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, sure, yeah, or like the white bread, fucking toast with that.
Yeah,
that's better.
Seriously, I'll just have a fucking Pop-Tart. No shit, you don't eat cereal?
Cereal, yeah.
That is one of the biggest fucking
Such a scam, right?
dude.
Cereal's
We're talking about
They'll
cereal.
like fucking like 2 bagels. 2 of those fucking big or English muffins.
Cream cheese on it or something.
But don't fuck with eggs.
Aren't you worried about cholesterol? Shit, dude.
Yeah, man. Cereal
It's low fat. It's low fat.
That's low fat.
Yeah, we're talking about this the other day.
Yeah, cereal is the biggest fucking scam out there, man. Like it was marketed as healthy at some point. You know, it's like, oh, your whole grains and you know, your Fruit Loops is marketed to fucking kids, dude.
Colors, it's blue and
I
green.
heard they like bought that research that was like against red meat and all that cholesterol.
Oh, yeah,
it was like
sure.
the carbohydrate industry. That's why I heard.
Sugar
I don't know if
industry,
it makes sense though because
He
fucking
disagrees, bro.
frosted flakes.
He disagrees, bro. Yeah, just fucking stay inside and
I don't even know.
eat McDonald's.
Can you imagine that? Like you marketing fucking Cocoa Pebbles and fucking Fruit Loops and Tricks and Lucky Charms. All these little cartoon guys are trying to sell you
With your orange juice on the side.
orange juice. They're trying to sell you sugar, more sugar. That
Where's the fucking protein in that? Like,
what protein, bro?
That's what I'm
Protein's bad for
saying.
you.
That's what I'm saying. Well, I think most people are under the idea that they get protein's good for you. But where's the protein in that meal? You know what's so funny too is like people think peanut butter is a protein source. Like you ever hear that one?
Yeah, or a bagel too. Bagels.
What the fuck?
A bagel has like fucking 6 grams of protein. I got a lot of.
I've never heard that.
I've heard that. Yeah.
No shit.
I've heard some
Bagel.
bullshit like that.
What the
Yeah,
fuck?
Bagel's high in protein, man. Yeah.
Are you fucking kidding me?
That's what
Dude,
they-
I get on fucking people.
How many bagels do you gotta eat to get like a good amount of protein?
Fucking the pack?
Yeah,
The
right.
pack, but how much carbs are in? Like if you eat that,
Hey, but they're low in fat, dude. They're low
Are
in fat.
they?
They're low in saturated fats.
Dude, man, I crack up, man. Like I have to get like on my mom, dude. My mom, like and she doesn't know any better, but like her, I gave her a hug recently, and she had like her arms are a little flat. I was like, man, like that's a lot of loose, like not in a bad way, but it's like, hey,
What the fuck? Fuck you, Rick.
no, well, yeah, but I got what, like I love my mom, so I'm looking out for her. So like, hey, like. And we just got into a conversation like, what's your diet been like? And she think, and look at, bless her heart, she thinks she's doing well. Like, oh, I have my oatmeal in the morning, you know what I mean? My overnight oats, and then for lunch I'll have a salad, you know what I mean? I'll have a salad with what's dressing on there, and then for dinner we have whatever fucking my grandma makes a lot of like Mexican food. It's like tostadas, you know what I mean? Where sometimes it's just fucking beans, tortilla, the rice, and the fucking lettuce. And I have to be like, dude, where's the fucking protein at? Like, where's the meat?
Well, they think the beans is the protein.
Well, they didn't even, that conversation doesn't even cross their, like, that idea doesn't even cross their head, like, the protein. They're not worried about protein consumption. They're just worried about being full. Like, hey, I ate, I feel, I'm full.
Yeah.
So, we calculated her fucking protein recently, and she was only getting about, like, 25 grams of protein a day. And that's, like, the standard, like, American.
That's a good day.
That's a good day.
That's when she's doing good.
Right. And that's when she's trying to eat better.
Unless she goes out and has a burger.
Right, but
It might be here and there.
Maybe here and there, for sure. Or
Maybe.
chicken, you know what I mean? Fuck you, whatever. But we calculated it, and this is where I think most people fuck up. It's like, oh, well, I had oatmeal, this and that. It's fucking just nothing but carbs all day. Nothing but carbs all day, and they're wondering why they're getting the fucking afternoon sleepies every fucking day, where they're getting that carb crash and that sugar crash. But oh, dude, it's so we made the adjustments, and Lord behold, a few weeks later, she's like, man, I've been incorporating chicken breast and turkey in my diet, and I feel way more energized, and I feel better. Like, oh shit, like who? But I can't be upset at her. She just was unaware. She thought she was doing good. But that's, I think, what the standard American, that's their thought process. And it's fucked up, dude, because like you're saying, they were sold on this idea, oh, healthy cereal, healthy orange juice, healthy apple juice, healthy fucking, Pop-Tarts, low in fat, you know what I mean? It's like, fuck, dude, it's a shame, bro, because another one too is like the green juices and protein shakes for breakfast. Like, hey, if you're on the move, I get it, like, oh, the protein bars. Like, there's a fucking big bold letters on the fucking packaging. This is not a sole protein source. Like, this shouldn't, like, even on the protein containers, what does it say? I'll get it right now.
It should not replace, or something. It shouldn't replace.
Yeah, it says here something like that. Let me see.
Pulling out all this creatine.
Oh, the creatine. Let me see. What does it say?
Dude, let me see that shit.
Hold on, buddy. Hold on. Let me put this shit on real quick. Hold on. It says, do not use, blah, 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 blah. Where does this say? This is not like a fucking...
Not put on the
this is protein. Yeah.
Don't put on your genitals.
Use this product as a food supplement only. Do not use. Okay, not before. Never mind. That's not the one I was looking for. So this one I don't think says it, but it says most of them say like this is not like this shouldn't be your staple protein source.
It shouldn't replace your meals. It's just a supplement. It's just a supplement what you're not getting.
Right now,
if that's the only protein you're getting.
That's not a good thing. So if you guys are listening to this, guys, some fucking egg whites, some fucking ground turkey in the morning. Fucking, I like steak. You know, I have the luxury of not having kids, and you know, I have the luxury of not having kids and other mouths to feed. To where, you know, I could buy a couple steaks a week, some good quality, and enjoy that. But like, hey, a good alternative, fucking chicken breast, egg whites, eggs. We said turkey. What else is good to have?
That's all I eat. It's like turkey, chicken, red meat, and I just build my meals around that. Yeah,
and the thing is too, like whatever your body weight is, like you want to have at least 1 gram of protein per body weight, right? That's the standard. Like if you're just average Joe and you're just going about your day, you want to have at least 1 gram of protein per pound.
So you got a new client, all right? No experience in any of that. Like, what's the beginner's diet that you put them on? Oh. Because I have a lot of people asking me too for my the mid holders. I'm like, what would you recommend?
Just do it if it's alive. If you can't,
you can tell the starter.
If you can't pronounce the ingredients on the back of like the staple of your food, you probably shouldn't be having that. That's like the simple, like that's the one. If you can't pronounce the fucking ingredients, you probably shouldn't be having that. So fuck Beyond Burgers.
People are gonna have to clean
because you can't pronounce half that shit, dude.
You're gonna have to clean out their whole like cabinet.
Yeah, and hey man, and look, this is not I'm not trying to make anyone feel like if you're making ends meet barely, and like that you're eating what you can afford, fucking cool. But like you're telling me you can't make any kind of changes. Like there's nothing you can do. Like, dude, I can go to Vaughn's right now and find a pack of ground beef. You know what I mean? I can find a pack of the turkey trays. You know what I mean? It's not as cheap as the fucking value menu at fucking McDonald's or Jack in the Box, but you got to think long term, like medical expenses. Like you have to really pick your sacrifice. Are you willing to sacrifice the extra buck right now if you can to make a more like a healthier choice? You know what I mean? Alternative, or do you want to pay fucking medical bills your whole life?
I think like the biggest one is just maybe taking your own lunch. That would be like the biggest habit. Maybe like
cooking your own lunch.
People don't have time, bro.
I feel like if you can get them to do that, everything else might be easier.
Bro, Sundays are for football. I can't cook on Sundays.
I know, and Sundays like my meal prep day.
That's that's what I think the common average adult, that should be the routine. Like, hey, Sundays as a
football.
But it's hard, bro, because well, look at most people party on Friday and Saturday. How do you feel when you're an animal. You worked out hungover today. But fucking if I drink on a fucking Saturday, I am not doing a fucking thing Sunday.
Dude, I have to stop because I'm in good shape, bro. But sometimes
you're 22 years old.
I'm young, but like, dude, even me, like I'm not like if we really party, like I'm not the same for like 3 days.
You're a zombie,
dude. Yeah. I'm not. Yeah.
So look at like from you know in my case right now, like if I go out and I drink Saturday, I'm not doing a fucking thing on Sunday. I'm fucking barely alive. I'm in the AC in my bed, just like trying to get rid of this fucking headache. And Sunday is the day where I plan my schedule. You know, I set my schedule for the week. I fucking prep for the week, my meals. I try to get out and do something outdoors, nature. So if I'm fucking hungover, I'm not doing any of that. Now I'm playing catch up on Monday. When my week starts, I'm playing catch up. So like Sunday, people are too fucking exhausted from the week prior, and they're hungover, and like they got shit whatever. Sunday's dick. I'm just watching Stranger Things and fucking
just recovering from the weekend.
Yeah. Oh shit, I don't feel like cooking. I'm gonna go to fucking Doubles and get some chili cheese fries.
They miss like all that, and then like they're playing catch up the rest of the week.
Yeah, man. It's a cycle, and that goes on for some people. Their entire life.
You know what I find crazy, man? There's people that don't party anymore. They don't go out Friday night and Saturday night. But they still have that lingering effect where they're programmed to just want to rest
on
entirely.
Sundays.
Fridays or even
the weekend. What's the weekend?
Let's say the weekend. Oh, it's the weekend already. I can't do anything productive anymore. That's left for the weekday.
Right.
It's kind of weird. Like it's Saturday, Sunday's just another fucking day if you really think about it. Mm-hmm. But they're already programmed to not Sundays. I like to rest on Sundays.
How much of that is because like it sounds a little more exhausting. But if they didn't consume all the bullshit during the week, they might possibly have some energy to get that shit done. Now, if let's say you're working a regular 40-hour 9 to 5 throughout the week, let's say you made some healthier alternative choices throughout the week, and instead of having fucking Jack in the Box tacos for dinner, fucking I don't know, dude, a protein bar for lunch and nothing for breakfast. Like, of course you're gonna feel fucking exhausted, and that's all you're gonna want to do is chill on Friday and Saturday. Now, imagine you had some fucking egg whites, fucking I don't know, what are the rice cake, fucking with some almond, I don't know, just a healthy carb source, healthy fat source, healthy protein source, and you do that 80% throughout the week. Chances are you're gonna feel a lot better. You're not gonna be as your body's not gonna, your joints aren't gonna be as inflamed. You're gonna have a little bit more energy to get shit done. To me, it's just like a domino effect. Like it's like you're right. These people do just want to chill throughout the weekend. But if they consciously made better choices throughout the week, there's a chance they might have the energy to get that shit done on the weekend. And it kind of is like a job in itself. Like you're adding another job onto their job that they already fucking hate.
I feel like if you get people to just one good meal a day for lunch, right? You have to meal prep whatever. You have your chicken and your greens and rice or whatever. If you get them to do that, just build that one habit, I think they would just start to play everything else.
Yeah,
but I don't think that would be like...
What sucks though is like a lot of times we're trying to reason with the unreasonable. And they, try this. Oh, but this
is that shit hard? Because I don't.
You don't?
I don't talk to anybody.
Well, it's my job to communicate. Yeah.
Because they ask you like, what should I eat and this and...
Yeah,
how does that go?
I feel like a lot of people just want to hear. They just want to hear like what they want to hear.
Yeah, I've had clients. I want to lose weight, right? So, well, then follow these macros. Try to eat this much.
Oh, it's a lot of work.
And check up on them a few weeks later, a month later. How's the diet going? Oh, well, I think I'm gonna do keto. I'm like, you think you're gonna do keto? Why are you gonna? Well, are you not following? Have you followed the macros? No, like, well, it's because I'm not losing weight. I'm like, okay, are you following what I told you? No, I haven't done that. Well, I think I'm just gonna go keto because that worked for me 6 years ago. It worked for me once. I lost some weight, so I think I'm just gonna do that again. I'm like, dude, like that shit didn't work. You gained the weight back.
Yeah,
like it obviously didn't work.
Right.
So you didn't even try the macro. I have an old client. You remember? Edward. You remember Edward?
Yeah, I know Edward. Yeah.
The guy. I'm like, are you following the macros? Like, nah, that shit's boring.
Yeah.
Like. Fucking Edward.
Yeah, and then you saw him with fucking Cheetos leaving the
supermarket. What was the worst client story you had?
That one was pretty good.
This guy
Edward,
like, I sleep like 15 minutes a day. And like,
this poor, she, this poor person. They had an assessment. So usually in an assessment, I'll get a gauge like, hey, how's your sleep habit, sleep cycle? How much water do you consume? So I think I asked like, how often, like, how many hours of sleep do you usually get? Oh, I don't sleep. What do you mean you don't sleep? Well, I slept 20 minutes last night. Okay. Like a nap? Like, no, that's just what I got. Okay, well, how much water do you drink a day? Oh, I don't drink water. I just drink coffee. Well, I wonder if that's why you're not sleeping.
Those two connected.
Yeah, man. And that's like, what? Like, okay. Poor thing. But it sucks, dude, because like, it's back to what you said. Like, you'd be surprised how hard it is for some people just to drink fucking water, bro. And then on top of that, like, they're not replenishing the minerals that like they're exerting. Like my grandma the other day, she had a headache. I was like, okay, well, I have some electrolyte packs. Are you dehydrated? She goes, no, I drank 3 bottles of water already. Yeah, I get that, but like, you know what I mean though? Like, are you replenishing the minerals that you're putting out? And it's just like, I don't know, man. And recently too, when I finished up my cut recently, I got a nice influx of inquiries that wanted to people that wanted to train with me. So I had a potential client come in and they're like, hey, I saw your results. That's amazing. Like, how did you do that? So I gave them I just follow this fucking app. Like, I don't really, like, I don't want to we have apps for everything now. Like, if you have an app to fucking go out on a 5-star fucking date with someone fucking you've never ever met before, like, what's so hard about using this app to just input your food and it does the math for you? So I paid 12. Look, I can either charge you $300 for this fucking meal guide that you may never use, or you could pay this app $12 a month and it's gonna do the work for you. Oh, there's no other way to do that? That's a lot of work. Dude, all you're doing is inputting what you're eating, and it's just like they don't want to put in the extra work. I think.
What about you? What's the worst one that you've had?
This guy Edward. I'm gonna send this to him so he can fucking rub it in his face.
Yeah.
After a hard training session, we're like, hey man, I had a talk with him, like, hey, you should be improving a little more. Like, that's when he told me all the diets, like whatever. I'm gonna do better. And after a training session, like 2 weeks later, I go to the gas station to get a coffee. And I see him. We had just finished a training session. He comes out with a bag of Cheetos and a big ass Powerade, and he's just we kind of like
locked eyes.
Oh shit! Like bro, what the fuck is this?
Mm-hmm.
Like, oh, I have one of these every day. Yeah. Right after training, hot Cheetos. He needed to have a bag of hot Cheetos. And he had Powerade. He thought Powerade was healthy.
Now, right now, if you now, hey, that's your release. Hey, who are we to say you had a hard day, 8-hour job, at your job, you probably did fucking hard labor, you went to a training session you probably didn't want to go to, but you made yourself go to. Some people just need that fucking release. Now, is it like, am I justifying him doing it every day? No, but moderation.
No, yeah, I'm nobody to tell you how to live your life, right? But hey, you're expecting
this type of result, right?
Bro, this is what you're doing. Look what you're doing.
Right.
I feel like that would be the hardest part for me.
What's that?
If I was a personal trainer, that would be the hardest part for me. Is like,
because you're blunt. You're just a blunt person.
Because they're already trying to give me a job at Starbucks. They're trying to give me a job at Starbucks.
No, I told you no. That's not gonna work. No. You don't
start fighting people.
Yeah, dude. Oh, dude, that's the worst.
Dude, that would stress me out.
I feel so bad for those people, man.
Is like dealing with clients like that. I just feel like
yeah, those Starbucks. Hats off to them, dude. Like I'm overly nice to them because I kind of I see the kind of shit they have to go through, bro. And I don't want to contribute to that. That's why I keep it simple, dude. Fuck you if you get fucking 3 pumps of this and fucking this that. Dude, just go get your fucking coffee, dude.
Yeah,
it's a fucking, you know what I mean? I keep it simple. Hey, let me just go and get my black coffee. I'm out of your hair. I just need my fucking fix for the day. Yeah. You know what I mean? And I know for a fact, you dealing with some of these fucking Karens, it just would not be a good fit. Don't even entertain that thought.
You added one more Splenda to my drink. How dare you?
Oh yeah, dude.
There's no chance I was working there,
dude.
But that would get to me as a personal trainer too. It's just dealing with clients like that who why am I not yoked yet? They're eating the gas station food.
You're eating hot Cheetos, bro.
Hey, or when
powered by hot Cheetos.
Or when that person, along those lines. I'm not saying Edward, but in general, the people who live in that lifestyle. Hey, what do you think about steroids?
Yeah.
Oh, they're fucking amazing. You know what I mean? If you know how to use them and you're doing everything else right, they're fucking.
And if your diet's on point, they're gonna be great.
They're gonna be great for sure. Scoot a little bit. I don't want you out of the camera, dude.
Like this?
Yeah, towards the corner right there. Yeah, I don't want you out of the scene. But yeah, I've had a couple. What do you think about? I mean, personally, as someone who's done steroids, I fucking love them. I miss them. I wish I could. I wish my heart had the fucking I'm just worried about cardiovascular health in the long run.
If you are gonna do steroids, get a coach.
For sure.
Your blood check. Go see an endocrinologist. Mm-hmm. Have somebody regularly check your levels.
There's doctors for that. There's a way to go about it.
Don't listen to the guy at your gym just bro, I do this much. Do the same as me. Levels of testosterone and all that are
way different. That's where I fucked up when I was in my 20s. So that's why I think about oh shit, that probably wasn't the best way to go. And luckily I didn't fucking abuse them for a long period of time. But I was that route when I was fucking bouncing. You can't have can't be 150 pounds fucking bouncing. Oh no, I had put out to do it and fucking shot all the way up to 205 pounds, just rock solid. So funny. Everyone at the gym knew I was on this shit, dude. Dick. Yeah, you knew right away.
Hey bro, come here. You were my size last week.
What the fuck happened? I miss it though, dude. Just that fucking feeling of just fucking feeling like Superman, bro. Like Wolverine. Just having that amount of testosterone in your body and dude, I miss it. I'm never gonna do it again, dude. But I fucking miss it.
You're telling me it was lit.
Oh, it was the shit.
Yeah,
dude, I can go get a fucking killer leg workout in and fuck myself up for 2.5 hours. Sleep 8 hours like a baby. Wake up. Oh shit! There's no soreness whatsoever. Oh, dude. And for some reason, it just felt like the confidence was just through the roof. Yeah. Oh, dude. I miss him. I'm never gonna do him again. I mean, you know what? I'm lying. I think
it's too young. You're too young to say that, man. Maybe.
No, you know what? So let me rephrase that. I think once I hit 40, for sure, I'm gonna hit up a doctor and jump on TRT. Like for sure. I think once I hit like 40-ish, 45-ish, like there's no way I'm gonna walk around with a limp dick. Like nah, I'd rather not. I want to feel like I'm 21 forever.
Well, I mean, from what I've heard, people that are on TRT, their recovery rate is just like,
insane.
Oh man, I'm not as sore anymore. Like, I get to recover.
I have a lot more energy.
I have more energy.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
yeah, for sure.
My wife likes it. Like,
oh shoot, bro! I got a story for you after. All right, guys, that's about an hour and a half, man. It's been a fucking pleasure. I'm glad you guys came in and did this. Anything you want to say before we shut off?
I'm pumped. Razor's Edge and Kinetic Edge for this next fight camp. So look out for that.
Can't wait. Hector, anything?
I ain't got shit to say, man.
Yeah, you got any room for clients?
Maybe a few.
Maybe a few?
Yeah.
Okay, we want to talk about that real quick before a little, no?
No, not at all.
Okay, well,
you gotta find me. So.
He has taken some clients, so somebody's going to watch this somewhere, you know what I mean? If he has taken clients.
If you don't need somebody to fucking hold your hand while you do everything.
For sure.
I might.
But
you know what? Honestly, I'm probably not the right guy for you, though. I'm probably not.
But we know a couple other guys. But that's it, guys. Have a good one. We'll see you later. That's a wrap for today. Later.